You can believe what happened over here, man. Yeah. Real warm out there in the middle of the house. Cops came out here. Told me I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man. I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Stand up for mine. You better believe it, 'cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. 'Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. 'Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy. The devil in a glance, boy. I can knock you out your pants, boy. Knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. And this is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. This is who I am.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV for race number 2 of the hashtag Strong as Mac. It's time for the big block modifieds here at the Lima Motorsports Park. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Brandon Morgan. And Brandon, well, we've got big blocks on the program. We've just seen the pro late models at Knoxville, and now we come to big blocks around a tight little bullring. Should be a good show.
Absolutely. Yeah, this little quarter-mile dirt clay oval track is going to be a fun thing to watch with these big block modifieds and some great classy drivers that are not only skilled but fun guys to have with you on the race.
All right, so just to go through, we are sitting at a total here on the GoFundMe page of $2,255 as the session rolls over into the qualifying session. So while the drivers are qualifying, just some prizes and some wonderful sponsors that have come on board for this race today. Is again, each feature winner will receive a custom feature winner board courtesy of B&B Wraps. Butt Kicker providing up a Butt Kicker Gamer 2, so thank you to Butt Kicker. FEG PC providing one $25 iRacing gift card, so thank you to Jeff and the team at FEG PC. 21 Designs sponsoring up 4 paints, 2 free paints with spec maps and 2 free paints without spec maps. So big thank you to 21 Designs. Or Apex Auto Glass and Tinting, 4 $25 Amazon gift cards. So thank you to the team at Apex and of course ABR Setup Shop, Alex Bergeron, giving 2 free 4-packs of setups away and 2 free setups for a car and a track of their choice, plus 1 free coaching session with the man himself of Alex Bergeron. Also sponsoring up some prizes up tonight, of course, CK Paints sponsoring $20 for the hard charger in each class. And for the sprint cars, Headhunter Motorsports providing $20 for tonight's quick time in sprint cars at, I believe, they're at Eldora. Brandon, we're getting set for qualifying. And, well, speaking of Brandon, it's Thomas Brandon with a 12.852. Jeremy Prey, Eddie Neal, James Grace, and Todd Hutton. And we spoke about drivers stepping out of their comfort zone in the pro late models. Again, we're seeing drivers step out of their comfort zone again, and now they run in the big block modifieds.
Yeah, absolutely. Thomas Brandon holding on to that top position so far there, but there's several names from the last race that you see in here. Jeremy Prey and James Grace were all in the hunt trying to run for that first place position on that last race, and I think they're going to put up a good fight here in the bull ring of Lima Motorsports Park.
All right, so we got just under a minute in the qualifying session. Thomas Brandon, 12.852. Jeremy Prey, 12.869. Eddie Neal with a 12.891. James Grace, 12.894. So half a tenth separate our top 4 drivers. Kurt Ney with a 12.912. Todd Hutton, Mason Mueller, Austin Drucke, Justin Sick, and Joe Garcia going to round out your top 10. And what I would be thinking, Brandon, at this stage with the 21 cars that have taken lap times, I dare say that we could be seeing either 2 heat races, either a 10 and an 11 car field, or we'll see 3 heat races of about 7. So we'll see how that plays out. But again, looking forward to the big blocks taken to the racetrack here in just a few moments' time, as we've also got one more car going to wrap up his qualifying run. That's not Jonathan Paquette. And there we go. Looking like we'll have the 3 heat races. So we'll take a look at your qualifying standings here in just a few moments' time. And there they go. Thomas Brandon, Jeremy Prey, Eddie Neal, James Grace, and Kurt Ney going to round out your top 5. So less than a tenth separate your top 9 drivers. Heat race number 1, Thomas Brandon in the Team SSR entry will start from your pole position to the outside of the front row for Blue Groove Motorsports. It's the 269 of James Grace.
Starting in row 2, we got the Mason Myler 36 car on number 3 spot. Joe Garcia from Garcia Racing in the 114 and number 4 spot on that outside row.
Tyler Close in the 76 will start position 5. Michael Strong starts position number 6.
And rounding up the last row of heat number 1 in the 7th spot, we have Tyler Schultz, the 97, and Jonathan Paquette of the 84 car.
All right, heat race number 1. Getting set to roll off here. Again, we'll see 3 heat races on the program for the big block modifieds. And again, if you can, or if you've already done so, thank you. Donations, please, to the GoFundMe account. $2,255 has been raised so far. And again, we are always looking for more donations, and we're looking. Look, Brandon, I know we were talking. You said last time that if you got to sort of 2,500, but I think that the wonderful fans here at UDTV go a little bit further. I think we can get to about 3,000 by the end of tonight.
You know what? I think you're right. With the fans of UDTV, known as they are the true Ultimate Dirt fans out there for iRacing here, and they step up every time, so no matter what's going on. And we're going green right now with Thomas Brandon jumping out to the lead going into turn 1 and 2. Oh, and we got a little bit of carnage there going on as one car got turned around there.
That was James Grace in the 269 machine. It was Thomas Brandon who just got a little loose there into turn number 1, and James Grace got into the back of it. Meanwhile, Mason Mueller leads down the back straightaway. Tyler Clouds runs back there in second to the team cars, running 1 and 2. Tyler Schultz running back there in third position. He had to do it the hard way. He started back, I believe, in about the 7th position. So he's already advanced up 4 spots. But right now, it is Mason Mueller who leads. Will complete lap number 3.
Absolutely. Going into lap 4, we still got Mason Mueller, Klaus, Schultz, and Thomas Brandon right there lighting up the top 4. And you can tell this track has a lot of moisture in it. These guys are running that nice low line, trying to hug the bottom there in these big block late models as they roll around, getting ready. Next time by, we'll be halfway with the cross sticks.
Yeah, here comes Klaus to the inside. Team cars. I'll rub panels down into turn number 3. Tyler Schultz, he's waiting for this accident to happen in front of him, but I guess team cars, they'll give each other a bit more room down into the first set of turns. But right now, Mueller to the outside, Klaus to the inside. Here comes Schultz running right through the middle. Looks out, looks now inside. Tyler Schultz now for Team Outlaw Motorsports in the 97 machine. Man, he's got that big block modified roller now, looking for the race lead down the back straightaway.
Absolutely, yeah. The teammates got together, and he didn't hesitate to take the opportunity as he's trying to bump his way through that first spot. It's going to be a fight. And, oh, Schultz goes around there from the teammate from Mason Mueller, and Thomas Brandon jumps into that second place, and Schultz now will be in 4th.
Yeah, you got to wonder if that was a team ploy. Hey, he's fast. Hey, how about you turn him? I'll continue on for the race lead. But I'll tell you what, here comes Thomas Brandon in the 35 machine. He was caught up in that lap 1 incident. He fell back to at least 5th or 6th position, but now he's coming up, and well, man, these AJ Alvarado cars, they're playing dirty tonight. That was that was straight up dirty, not once but twice, and well, why not try and make it a 3rd time? Tyler Klaus gets the win. Thomas Brandon 2nd, Mason Mueller in 3rd. 4th is going to go to Tyler Schultz, Michael Strong 5th, James Grace, Jonathan Paquette in 7th, and Joe Garcia in position number 8. But that is heat race number 1 completed here at the Lamberley Motorsports Park. Your official results coming up on your screen. Klaus, Brandon, Mueller, Schultz, Strong, Grace, Paquette, and Garcia. 8 cars for heat number 1. Heat number 2, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Jeremy Prey in the Wraith Racing 117 machine. He'll start from your pole position to the outside in car number 74. Kurt Ney lines up position number 2.
In the second row on the inside, in the 3rd spot, it's Austin Drucke from the Firm Motorsports, and on the outside will be Grant Vickery from the LGR Motorsports.
Benjamin Burke driving the 47 will start position number 5. Josh Van Manen in the 5 lines up position number 6, and Ryan Frugier in car 65 will start position number 7.
Well, as we saw in that first heat there, the team guys work together. Let's see if there's 3 Firm Motorsports team guys on this one. So let's see if they work together, or if it's every man for himself as they fight their way for the top podium of the heat.
I'm going to say, with the Firm Motorsports, I'm going to say, look, every man for themselves. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to say, because this track is a small track, and you just got to be on your A game here. Otherwise, you're into somebody else. As we saw in that last one, it's too easy to have a little slip up, and all of a sudden you got a 3-car pile up.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Green flag set to fly here off turn number 4. As Jeremy Prey and Kurt Ney. Kurt's going to look to take away all the naysayers. Green flag is out. Drucke up on the inside on Kurt Ney, but Ney holds out position number 2. Meanwhile, Jeremy Prey, he will lead lap number 1. 10 laps of distance here in heat race number 2. You'll see 10 laps in heat race number 3 as well. Now, Ney, Drucke running 2 and 3. Battle on. Benjamin Burke now looking to the inside as there goes the 44 machine of Riker He just got up onto the outside wall down the back straightaway. Now Van Marnen to the inside looking for positions 5.
And still leading us right now, we got Jeremy Prey up there, Curtin A trying to find his way around the high side of that, and Austin Durkee rounding out the top 3 there, just waiting for one of those 2 guys to mess up so he has an opportunity to get his nose up there and get the pass in.
We'll see what Austin Durkee can do in that number 22 machine. Curtin A still runs in 2nd spot. The dust are really kicking up a whole lot of dust around the Library Motorsports Parking and Centre. This racetrack is very, very tacky. I'm surprised to see it this dusty this early on in the night. You know it's only going to get worse in the main event later on tonight, and something that these drivers will have to contend with. Meanwhile, speaking of contending, it's Curtin A trying to contend for the race lead down into turn number 3 and 4. 6 laps in the books this time by Jeremy Prey. Still hold on to the number 1 spot. Then you win it from this one. We'll start position 2 in the main event.
Absolutely. Curtin A just waiting for him to get around the outside. He's trying that high line to see if he can get enough momentum to get around Jeremy Prey there. And so far, Jeremy Prey's doing a great job of holding him off, but it's going to be a shootout for the last couple laps here as we're coming up on 2 to go next time by.
Popsicle sticks about to be displayed here at the virtual Liverpool Motorsports Park. Prey, Nay, and Durkee. Then you go back to Burke and Van Marnen. Going to round out your top 5, but right now we're watching the battle on 1, 2, and 3 on screen. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Jeremy Prey looking for a heat race victory here at the Liverpool Motorsports Park. Here comes Nate to the outside, side by side, down into turn number 1 and 2. Austin Durkee. He's gone 4 wheels in the fluff upstairs into turn number 3 and 4. Final time check and flag is out. Curtin A to the outside and to the race lead. Curtin A gets the win 2nd. Wow, very tight battle between Austin Durkee and Jeremy Prey. We'll have to go to official timing and scoring on that one as heat number 2 results coming up on your screen. And it's by 0.022 of a second. But Curtin A gets the win. Austin Durkee home in 2nd. Jeremy Prey, who led 9 1/4 laps, comes home in the 3rd spot. Benjamin Burke, Josh Van Marnen, Grant Viker, and Ryan Frugier will make up the 7 cars. Heat race number 3. Let's take a look at your starting grid with Eddie Neal in the 10, starting from the pole position, and Todd Hutton to the outside of the front row, position number 2.
All right, starting in row 3, we got Justin Sick from the Firm Motorsports and Aiden Berlin, and I think he's not for the OBR anymore. You said he's with a different team now, right?
Not with any team, so we'll have to get BJ onto that one to fix that one up. But yeah, Aiden Bierlein in the 13B starts position 4. Row 3. Jason Bell starts position number 5. Brendan Howe lines up position number 6. And the Flieger for our Motorsports, number 14. Entry of Adam Flieger will start position number 7. And this will make up your 3rd and final heat race of the night. What are we looking at are we looking at a 50 lapper for this one as well?
Yeah, I do believe it is going to be a 50 lapper as well, and I look forward to that. After watching the last 50 lap race, that was a lot of fun. And 50 laps here is challenging because it's a nice little quarter-mile track.
All right, heat race number 3, as 17 entry of Aiden Bierlein was not sure what he was doing on the start. Maybe thinking that we're going for 3 pace laps, but the green flag is out. Justin Sick now looking for the race lead. Sick has it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Hutton and Neal side by side give the advantage to Hutton on the outside in that number 98 machine. And now Todd Hutton trying to come after your race leader of Justin Sick down through turn number 1 and 2. Will complete lap number 2 this time by Sick, Hutton, Neal, Bells, and Beal on your top 5.
Yeah, Justin Sick holding on to that top spot, just riding that low side where that tack is, and letting the other 2 guys fight it out. But it looks like Todd Hutton's going to give him a little challenge on the high side. Let's see if he can get enough momentum to carry him on the high side as we come across the front stretch here, going into lap 5.
All right, here we go. Sick, Hutton side by side, give the advantage again, once again to Justin Sick. In that number 5 machine, we've seen Justin Sick be very, very familiar in the number 19. I think he used to run as well, the 17, one of those numbers, but right now he's running the 5, but the 98 of Todd Hutton again working through the middle of the speedway down through turn number 3 and 4. Sick drifts up, and Hutton, well, he done what most people wouldn't do. He backed out of the throttle. I'll tell you what, some late model guys and some big block guys, even some sprint car guys should take note of how to back up.
Yeah, absolutely. He chose to hold on to that 2nd place position versus getting into him and causing possibly both of them to get sent to the back as they spin out. And we still got a good battle going for the top 3 here with Sick, Hutton, and Neal wrapping out the top 3.
Yeah, look at Jason Bells in that 37 machine. 4 wheels in the fluff upstairs through turns 3 and 4. trying to wind that big block modified up and he's trying to go the long way around. He's making it hard work for himself, but I'll tell you what, he's carrying a whole lot of speed and momentum down through the main and the back straightaway. We head off into 1 and 2. Sick decided to go up high. Hutton went low. A lap and a half to run. Neil holding off Jason Bells for the 3rd spot on the racetrack, but the white flag is out for Justin Sick. Just 4. Make it 2 more turns as he makes his way down the back straightaway for your final time in heat racing competition here for the hashtag as strong as a Macville. Race number 2 for the iRacing Big Block Modifieds. Checkered flag is out. Justin Sick, your winner here tonight in car number 5 or the 15S or 15J. No, 15S that looks like. Either. You go with a J or an S. But heat number 3 results on your screen right now. Justin Sick gets the win. Todd Hutton comes home in 2nd spot. Eddie Neal in 3rd. Jason Bells in 4th. Aidan Beerline rounds out the top 5. Brendan Howell in 6th. And Adam Flieger in position number 7. I believe we are looking at a 3-minute warm-up session once again. Again, Brandon, for the people that didn't join us for the Pro Late Models, well, we've got about 2.5 minutes to burn. I'm sure we could talk about a number of things. But again, for the people that might just be joining us for the first time, give us a little insight and a little background story of why we're here tonight.
Absolutely. I appreciate it on behalf of my sister and her family and Michaela, who we were here for. Michaela was diagnosed recently with thyroid cancer, and she has quite a few treatments up in Rochester, Minnesota at the Mayo Clinic there. And yesterday she went under the knife to have the cancer removed. So far, good news from the docs on that they think they got all the cancer, took out half of her thyroid, and as of right now, they're saying as long as everything comes back good on the test, there will be no chemo for her, and she's just in recovery right now. She's they discharged her, but she's at a hotel in a little bit of pain and just watching the feed here. But we're here just to raise a little money for their travel expenses and for some of their uncovered medical expenses as she's recovering from her thyroid cancer there.
All right. Again, we spoke earlier. Again, for the people that weren't here, she loves all types of racing. Loves being in the physical side of things of sport, whether it's basketball or softball, as you said. But again, at such a young age, no one should have to go through cancer, because we all know cancer sucks, right? But to do it at such a young age, I mean, what kind of take does that have on her mentally and physically?
Mentally, it's been a little bit of an up and down with her, and just because it's a lot to take on at an age of 15. She's 15, like you said. She's a softball player and a basketball player, but one of those things that those have had, as well as just being in iRacing now, is just her drive just to always to perform, and so she's just been stepping up like you would hope that every person would, and she's been doing amazing with everything, and she's just ready to get past everything and put everything behind her, because she's just got the dedication, drive, and she just wants to live her life. You know, she's gonna be getting her license here in a few months, and she's ready to drive and get into all the trouble that we all did growing up, and she's ready to just kind of keep going, and she really appreciates everyone being out here.
So to simplify it, live life like a teenager should, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully without getting as much trouble as I did as a teenager, that's for sure.
I think we've all been in trouble as teenagers. If you got through your teenage years without being in trouble, I think you should be in trouble for that. So one way or another, you're going to get into trouble. So the checkered flag has been thrown on the warm-up session. We're getting set for our feature event. I believe, again, we're looking at about 20 or 21 cars getting set to take to the racetrack. Let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. The Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, and we'll go from the back to the front. Position number 22, it's going to be Joe Garcia. And position number 21, it's Adam Flieger.
Starting on the position 20 on the outside row, we got Ryan Frugier from the Firm Motorsports and Jonathan Paquette on the inside, position 19, and number 84.
How will he do this? From position number 18, it's Brendan Howell, and to the inside for LGR Motorsports, it's Grant Vickery.
Starting 16th on the outside, James Grace in the 269 car, who was our second place finisher in the late models. Inside of him will be Aidan Beerlin of the number 17 car.
Josh Van Martin in the Firm Motorsports number 5 machine will start position number 14, and Michael Strong will start position number 13.
Starting just inside of them, we got Jason Bells on the 12 position and the 37 car for the Firm Motorsports, and Benjamin Burke in the 47 car starting on the inside in position number 11.
Position number 10 for Team Outlaw Motorsports, it's Tyler Schultz, the 97 to the inside. Position number 9, it's Eddie Neal.
Starting in position 8 on the outside, we got the 117, Jeremy Prey, who was in the hunt for the lead on that last. Let's see if he can work his way up to the front tonight. Inside of him is Mason Miller for the number 36 car.
Position number 6, it's going to be Todd Hutton, and Austin Drucke, the 22, starts position number 5.
Starting in position 4, we got Thomas Brandon from Team SSR Elite, and starting the inside is Justin Sick of the Firm Motorsports.
Your front row, Kurt Ney starts position number 2. Tyler Clowes in the 76 will start from pole position. Just a little update, $2,355 has been raised. So thank you very much once again on behalf of the family, and we hopefully get to that 3,000 mark. We are $445 away. Hello, Matthew. Welcome everybody in. We go green for 50 laps here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. It's going to be an interesting race, to say the least, as it's going to be Clowes, Sick, and Kurt Ney. Then we go 3 wide for the race lead down through turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Clowes holds on to the number 1 position. Justin Sick now in the runner-up spot, down low through 1 and 2, and Kurt Ney once again trying to keep the momentum up on the top side of the racetrack, looking for position number 2.
Yeah, and looks like we're going to have a caution here. We had a car up and over on the backside there, so that's been a little battle right there.
Well, we'll take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. It's Tyler Schultz in the number 97 machine for Team Outlaw Motorsports. No, that's not him, as he was involved, but we had pink car, this 7, I think it was. It may have been Jeremy Prey in the 117. Just working the outside and just, a little bit of a right side romance from the number 23 machine. That might have been Michael Strong who got up on the inside there of Jeremy Prey, and Prey goes upside down, goes for a bit of a ride here at Lima Land. And a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV replay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 23 got in there, got in that slick, slid up, and helped the 117 car go for a roller coaster ride for sure.
Just looking at the comment section as well, that Michaela, she's awake and she's watching. So Michaela, hope you're enjoying the company. Rest up, and I'm sure the boys at the firm, at Tapex and the Firm Motorsports will talk to you sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, we're back underway. Green flag is out. Justin Sick looking for the slider line down into turn number 3 and 4. Stays mid-track, but Tyler Clowes going to still hold on to your race lead, and we are yellow once again. Yeah, I can fix that for you. So while people wonder who I'm talking to, I'm in the ear of our producer, as seeing as though I had to get up at some stupid hour in the morning, but for a worthy cause, I'm happy to do so. I will take some style overrides as we take a look at your UDTV instant replay. Is that Josh up on the top side? That looks like it's Josh.
It looks like the Aiden Beerling got in the back of Josh Van Mon in there.
Yeah, that's Josh's fault for being so slow.
I think Josh is going to have to go in and see if his pit crew can get it fixed before we go green again.
Absolutely. All right, so the light should be out on the pace truck. In fact, they should be out right now. So we're looking for a green flag this time by, as Clowes in the 76 machine. Drucke on the outside of the front row in the 22 when the pace pickens up, and we go back to green as we work on starting lap number 5 of 50. Justin Sick down to the inside, down through 1 and 2. Your battle for the race lead is on right now. The look at the top side, it is a freight train upstairs. I'll tell you what, Justin Sick has done very well so far. Just stick with him down on the bottom side. Now here comes Kurt Ney in the 75 to the outside, looking for that 3rd spot, but the battle is about to heat up for the race lead. Austin Drucke now all over the back of your race leader down through turn number 1.
Yeah, Austin Jerky keeps challenging the race leader Tyler Close, but those two have kind of pulled away from the number 3 spot. Right now, it's going to be Kurt Ney and Justin Sick battling out for the number 3 spot, with Mason Mueller and Thomas Brandon right behind him, trying to find that position around him.
Again, good battle all over the racetrack. Slide job there by Mason Mueller on Justin Sick. Kurt Ney in third. Austin Druki, Tyler Clowes. Clowes still holds on to the race lead. We've got one car around. I believe that might be Eddie Neal in the number 10 machine. 37 of Jason Bell's getting caught up, involved in that one as well, as we go yellow third time in the big mops. We'll take a look, ladies and gentlemen, at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. I nearly thought I was about to say starting grid then, but not once but twice did Eddie Neal cop a shot from behind, and Adam Flieger, the driver that got into Eddie Neal, that was. So yellow comes back out on the racetrack, and we'll go back to live pictures from Liveland. Brandon, it's always this type of racetrack, it's always going to be elbows up and the gloves are going to be off.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is one of those racetracks where it's either going to be several cautions until things get lined out, or it's just going to go and you're going to be like, how are we not having a caution? And we've definitely had a few cautions here, and but I think these guys are going to get it situated, and they're going to get going here as they get settled down for this 50-lap feature.
So lights go out on the iRacing.com pace truck. We are set for a start. Again, we're going to try and get the issue sorted.
Yeah, it looks like the lights are back on the pace truck. We're going to go one more pace lap here.
All right, well, that works out good, because now we can try and get our producer to figure he can't get his flags working, but if I've got to I'll just copy what I've got here. Just tell you what, Brandon, floor's yours. Hold the fort for a minute. I gotta run down to the producer's truck and show him how this is done. Hang on one sec.
Absolutely. We're getting ready to go green flag racing here next time by. The lights are out on the pace truck. Looking for a double file start, and it should be a good shootout as they've had every start so far. Let's see if we can get some laps in. I'd like to do a shout out to Mr. Leon Carver there, hailing us from Australia there. Stay safe on the road if you are working, buddy. All right, looks like we're going to pace a little more. These guys need a little practice driving around the track here behind the pace truck, so we're going to get a few more paces in, as right now Brett's out there working with BJ in the producer's booth trying to get some features fixed for our broadcast here. Definitely like to thank everybody for coming out to #StrongAsAMac as we get ready to go green flag racing. All right, the pace truck is in, and we're going green. We're green flag right now with Tyler Clowes and Austin Druki battling for that first position. Austin Druki on the high side trying to see if he can get a run. And looks like he's going to get the pass in off of Tyler Clowes. He got caught up on that low side there as the freight train from the high side comes along. Austin Druki, Tyler Clowes as they come around, starting lap 11 of 50 to go. Kurt Ney in third, Justin Sick in fourth, and Mason Mueller and Justin Sick are having a battle back there. But right now, looks like the battle up front with Austin Druki and Tyler Clowes is heating up pretty good. These guys are just hugging the outside of that wall there as we come around for some more green flag action.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the margin for error is very, very minimal. That's for sure, as these guys work the cushion at both ends of the racetrack, and hopefully we'll see that bottom side come back in. Haven't really seen too many races in the big block modifieds around the Limeland Motorsports Park, so again, the yellow flag is going to come back out on the racetrack.
You know, this track is one of my favorite and one of my least favorite short tracks there for the two reasons. One, whenever it gets going, it's a fast little track, but if you get some action going, and sometimes it's all it takes is one little slip up and there's a huge accident. And right there, that was a single car incident there, right there. That looks like the 65 maybe.
Oh,
I'm sorry, the 97 of Tyler Schultz. Yeah, he clipped that outside wall and decided to see what it was like to go for a ride and wound up on his wheels.
Well, I hope he didn't learn this from the Outlaw Boss School of Dirt, that's for sure. Ouch.
Yes, sir. I just spoke to the track officials there, and we only have to let Tyler Schultz know. They tested the wall structure yesterday, and it's good. It's still solid.
Okay, yeah, look, again, glad to see that the wall structure is in tip-top shape. I'm glad the catch fence did its job, but I'll tell you who didn't do their job properly. I think it's his boss, the Outlaw. Happens to be the same guy, Brandon, that sits back there in the truck that apparently can't get anything right at the moment. And hang on.
Well, we're green flag here. Oh man,
Ouch.
Druki gets a little bit high and gets caught up with the Mr. Klaus. And we're yellow again after that start there, and those guys just fought for the same position, decided to high five, and Mr. Klaus was on the losing end of those two.
I don't want to be the one to say it, but I mean, payback. What's that word? You know, it rhymes with itch. You know.
Absolutely.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Look. Yeah, you never want to see an accident like that. The rear end's busted on in that 76 machine as well. So that's look, you never like to see crashes, but I mean after what we've seen in the heat race, again whether it was planned or not, they probably won't tell us the truth, because I wouldn't tell you the truth. But you never want to go out there and do that kind of stuff, and you hate to see a guy up the front now have to sit on pit road for 1:45 to get the virtual tow. And yeah.
And you know, that's the one thing, like you said, it's just one of those bad deals where you just don't like it, but it does happen here. As we're off to a green flag start, and Druki jumps out to a nice little lead there going into turns 1 and 2.
So Druki, your race leader from Courtenay. Joe Garcia now to the outside of the 114 machine. Justin Sick still sniffing around on the bottom side. Hasn't gone to the top side for the laps that we've seen. He's just being glued to the bottom and the middle part of the speedway at both ends. Here comes Thomas Brandon. Now remember, Thomas Brandon was your quickest qualifier early on this evening in the big block modifieds, and things didn't go his way or didn't go as planned in heat race number 1, where he got a little bit of a love tap from behind by James Grace, but he now finds himself in position number 4 and all over the back of Joe Garcia. Everybody trying to stay upstairs. You got a couple of drivers working through the middle. Hey, Mr. Producer.
Looks like we have a caution and the lights are working so far.
Yeah. Again.
Oh, it looks like, Brett, you went down there and showed BJ where the on-off switch was to turn that on, and once you got him set up going, now he's seems to be squared away.
Yeah. Apparently I've got to fix everything around here. Yeah. But you know what? At least he's here, right? At least the yellow lights are working too. James Grace in the 269 driver that we were just talking about in a heat race number 1 incident where it was the Thomas Brandon entry who got loose in front of him, but that incident had nothing to do with Brandon, as he's up near the front. Now James Grace is fallen to the back of the field.
You know, one thing you mentioned about Justin Sick getting caught there on the low side, I wonder if he's getting caught on the low side there due to these double file restarts, which is one of the things about these double file restarts in a slick track like this is the inside guys are fighting to get to that top, and there's just not enough room sometimes, and you drop 3 or 4 positions real quick.
Yeah, well, he's going to start on the inside row once again in row 3. We'll see what Justin Sick can produce here on a restart. The green flag is back out once again. We work on completing lap number 17. We'll start lap number 18. Slide job there by Garcia. That was on Courtenay. Now Justin Sick, he's got an opportunity if he can just get up in behind the 114 as we go back to yellow. I believe we've got, that might be.
Looks like Eddie Neal was involved with that. I don't know. I saw him smoking and turning around the wrong direction.
Maybe he's trying to get a new burnout pad on the inside of turn number 1 and 2. One car into the wall as well. The 23 of Michael Strong. There's James Grace involved.
Yeah, the 269 just can't catch a break right now as he's trying to get going straight there.
That's 2 or 3 incidences he's been involved in so far in the big blocks, and when you have those kind of nights, I mean, it was all going so well for him. Coming off a podium in the Pro Late Models at Knoxville, now comes to the Lima Lane Motorsports Park in the big blocks and just can't seem to get into a rhythm here.
And definitely, it's one of those things that a small track versus like Lima Land versus Knoxville can definitely change the whole way the night runs for you.
Well, we've still got plenty of racing to come here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We've also got the 410 winged sprint cars in action. We'll go to, I believe we're going to Eldora for that one. Am I correct on that one?
Absolutely, yeah. We're going to Eldora, and last count I heard, there's going to be about 36 or 37 folks trying for the feature there, so that should be a pretty good little shootout.
Absolutely looking forward to the sprint cars, but looking forward to going back to green flag action as we are back underway. Druki leads Nay, and Nay is going to go around, I believe it is. Justin Sick involved, and well, when things go from bad to worse, that car is looking a little worse for wear. That's never fun to try and drive a car like that. I think we've got to tell these drivers just to settle down just a little bit as we come back to our Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. And was that Garcia who got up into the wall in front of him, and then the 17, I believe, is Beerline. Beerline got into the back of Sick, and Sick goes around and a busted rear end, and well, I think it's time he maybe have a trip to the virtual medical center. You gotta feel sorry for him here. The bloke is just trying to get back to his pit stall just to line it up, just to get a quick repair, and iRacing is having none of it.
Yep, he had to do a short tow there. Let's see if he can get back out on it. All right, we're green flag again.
Yeah, getting back on it right now off turn number 4. Austin Druki, Joe Garcia, Aiden Beerline, look out, contact, another car around. It's a green and white car.
I know Ryan Ferget was in that. Let's see who he got into there.
That's
this
the
just
44.
Yeah, and this just in from race control. Looks like we're going to go to single file restarts for the rest of the race there and try and get some green flag laps in.
Smart move from race control. Oh, the 65. Is that Fruget in the 65? It is.
It is. Fruget in the 65 there, getting the back of the 44 there, and just when they got all bottlenecked there going into the start.
All right, so we'll come back to live pictures here from the Limelay Motorsports Park. Austin Druki's going to be thinking that, hey, let's just try and get some laps in, because we're going to be about 20 laps into this 50-lap main event, so we've still got 30 to run. And again, with a single file restart, hopefully it's going to clean this up just a little bit, as I believe lights are out on the pace truck as for a start. So maybe no, they just come back on. Behind the iRacing flagman says, no, we'll go around one more time, right?
Well, these single file restarts kind of do two things for them. One, it's going to let everybody be on the high side if that's the line they want to run, but it definitely stretches the field out in the accordion effect that we all know of, and it's going to put lap traffic into the leaders into the lap traffic a lot sooner than later.
All right, well, let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get a nice little green flag stint here in the pace truck dives to the infield of the racetrack on the virtual pit road. Drew Key, Garcia, and Key, Beerline, and Thomas Brandon. Then you go back to Benjamin Burke, Josh Iman, and Fruget, Howe, and Mueller. Going to round out your top 10. Again, everybody trying to stay single file formation. One car trying the inside of the racetrack as Aiden Beerline holds off Thomas Brandon in the 35 machine. That's Benjamin Burke down low through 1 and 2. He'll go down low into turn number 3 and 4 again, and probably ideal to keep the car on the top side of the racetrack. There's a little bit of moisture in turns 3 and 4, and there's not a whole lot of moisture up in 1 and 2, but it's a very fine line up there, Brandon.
Absolutely, and the 35 car trying the low side to see if he can get some moisture built up, but that top side is just so fast coming off right now that Aiden Beerline holds on to that 4th spot as we go coming up on halfway here in a couple laps, and it's turning out to be a pretty good little race now that we went single file. Let's see if there's some more good action. We're too wide all the way back here through the turns 3 and 4.
Hit James Grace working his way into a top 10 position at the moment. One car around in turn number 1 and 2 as we are staying green.
Well, it looks like the catch fence caught him there, and that's going to hang him up right there. He looks like his bumper's on the catch fence. That's the number 5, Josh Van Manen. I don't know how he got turned around there.
All right. The yellow flag does come out eventually. Probably not. He's not in an ideal situation there either, Brandon, because he's stuck on the outside. He's stuck on the concrete wall in that outside line, and everybody, well, majority of the drivers just then were running that outside groove, and that must have been very, very difficult. But no doubt that he would have been over the radio and just saying, "Hey, listen, I'm stuck on the catch fence on the outside. Everybody, just be aware and take notes." We take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. You know what? We're going to call it a hashtag. We're going to call it Strong as a Mac instant replay for tonight.
Yeah, that's absolutely the strong as a Mac replay there, and that's one of those things you saw at the Big Block Modified. He tried to set it like a sprint car, and that these things drive way differently than a sprint car, and that's one of the things, like we've mentioned several times, these folks are out of their comfort zone as they come into these Big Block Modified and late model races.
Late model drivers. Where do I even begin? Where do I even begin? But Josh, unfortunately, he's a sprint car guy. Hey, I gotta say, I've been enjoying the big blocks and the UMP modifieds for the past couple of weeks.
You know, they are a little fun, and the Big Block Modified is the newest dirt car on the iRacing for us, and we're going green right now with Austin Jerky taking the lead and holding on to that, and Joe Garcia right behind him in the 114, trying to see what he can do as they go. Kurt Ney riding out the top three with Aiden Bierlein in fourth position.
Yeah, look at the 269. James Gray's trying to work down low, 3 wide. Look out, there's some contacts, some right side romance there. It's Mason Mueller. He got into, I believe that was Benjamin Burke in the 47. Now James Gray's trying to sneak back into a top 5, and after all, look out, Benjamin Burke. Man, they're really unforgiving, these drivers. They don't like giving an inch.
No, absolutely not. And luckily, these cars are a little forgiving. They're like a sprint car where they can give a little bump and they keep on a trucking. And these cars are just built like lightweight bricks that can just get around that track there, and they can go side by side and not spin each other out every time.
Tell you what, Kurt Ney was closing in there on Joe Garcia for positions number 2 and 3 as we go to the caution flag. The 5 of Ryan Prouget. Stuck around in turn number 1 and 2. There is your lead cars, just pulling it to the outside. We'll take a look at the strong as a Mac instant replay for Ryan Fruge in the 5. Just got into the outside wall. That right rear sits half a tire width or 3/4 of a tire width outside of where you are. So you've almost got to think. There's a couple of ways you can do this. You've got to think as if you're driving a late model, but you got to think as if you're driving in a sprint car, because that right rear sits out from where the quarter panel is, because you sit directly in the middle of the race car.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing that folks forget, though, from a sprint car to these modifieds is that the where the tire is farther back than where the driver sits, versus on a sprint car, it's right beside the driver.
Yep. As I said, you've almost got to go into it and have a mindset of, hey, you drive it like a late model, but thinking that you're in a sprint car as well, because of where you sit in the race car, where the right rear sits, and how far that right rear sits out from where you can see. As we go back to green flag action, 20 to remain at this stage. We'll come across the start finish line. It'll be 19 to go. Austin Drewke, your race leader. Joe Garcia, Kurt Ney, Aiden Bierlein, James Grace, 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Bierlein through the middle of the racetrack. Grace was on the inside. Kurt Ney has got the run on the top side. Bierlein goes up top in front of Benjamin Burke. Meanwhile, Grace once again back through the middle of the racetrack, but Bierlein holds on to position number 4.
Yeah, Bierlein and James Grace right now fighting for that 4th position there, as the other 3 are kind of lined out and going, and James Grace is holding on to that inside line. He starts to pull him in the corner, but he can't go in, and we're back under caution again here.
All right, well, yellow flag going to come back out as we'll take a look at your strong as a Mac instant replayers. Got Tyler Schultz into the wall. He's slowed up, but then 28 entry of Brendan Howell just got tagged by the back of, I believe that might have been Eddie Neal in car number 3. Bring out our caution flag. Look at that. Look at Brendan Howell. So Tyler Schultz is into the wall there, and Brendan Howell just checks up a bit, and fortunately the 3 entry there of Eddie Neal. Just did not check up in time, and it's very easy to have that happen for the cars that are sitting at the back. You know, if you've got 3 or 4 cars right on the top side, you've got to have a lot of trust in that car in front of you not to make that mistake.
Oh, absolutely, as they don't have any brake lights there to let you know a guy is slowing down a little bit. It's just going to be a battle and just a judgment call. And we're a green flag with Austin Jerky jumping out to a nice little lead starting into it.
17 laps remaining here at the virtual Lima Motorsports Park. Druki, Garcia, there's Curtin A, Aiden Beerline, James Grace, Benjamin Burke, just to the right-hand side of your screen. We are working on 16 laps remaining. Druki again, Garcia holding on to position number 2 in that 14 entry. Then you go back to Curtin A. There's the battle between the 17 of Aiden Beerline and the 269 entry of James Grace. That's for positions number 4 and 5. And right now, on the outside of a podium position, Joe Garcia into the wall just a little bit, but gathered it back up as Curtin A closes in on Garcia for positions 2 and 3. But still, the battle as the yellow flag comes out. Once again, man, they're having a rough run of it so far.
Absolutely. As we do the hashtag strong as a Mac replay here on UDTV, it looks like it's going to be the number 23 and the number
5.
Number 5. No, number 23 all by himself just comes around and brings out the yellow.
All right, that was Michael Strong, car number 23. And again, we'll wait for the timing scoring loop to fix itself. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here to Ultimate Dirt TV. This is race number 2 of the hashtag Strong as a Mac charity event, the Big Block Modifieds here at the virtual Lima Motorsports Park. We've already had the Pro Late Models at the virtual Knoxville Raceway, and if you can, or if you haven't done so already, please pin comment or donations not required, but of course they are going to a worthy cause. So far, the money, or the amount of money has been raised, $2,355, and we're looking to at least get that to $3,000 before the end of the Cup Cars at Kansas. So we're back underway, and James Grace, Tyler Schultz, some contact there. James Grace going back to the pits and pulls it before the pit, so he does not want to bring out a caution, so there must be some mechanical issues on that 269 machine. And after having such a good run in the Pro Late Models, unfortunately comes to an end in the Big Block Modifieds.
Absolutely. Right now, Austin Jerky slowly pulling away from the field here, but this battle right now is the second place. Joe Garcia and Curtin A battling for the second place there. If Joe Garcia can give him a little bit of room, Curtin A is going to get his nose in there and show him that he wants that second place position on this podium.
Well, again, we'll keep an eye on the battle for positions number 2 and 3. This time by, we have 10 laps left to run. 40 have been completed. Austin Druki has got the advantage, and he's got it by a little over to make that about 2.5 seconds over Joe Garcia. There is the 47 of Benjamin Burke now. Curtin A once again closing in on Joe Garcia for positions number 2 and 3. Garcia to the top side. Curtin A went low, just trying to test the waters down on the bottom side of the racetrack. It's a wonder that nobody's been able to make that middle work, but again, with how slick this racetrack is, everybody just trying to stay in line up on the top side.
Absolutely, as Curtin A still putting pressure on the Joe Garcia for that second place position. He keeps looking to the bottom side. It's just not there as he comes off the corner, but he's going to try it again one more time in the middle there, see if he can get a run coming off of it. Joe Garcia gets a little wide there together. He might actually get it if he's got this going into the corner. He gets into that slick, though. Let's see if he pulls it off. Right now, I
think he's got it. I think he had it at the start-finish line. Meanwhile, Druki, he's in heavy lap traffic, and with 5 to run, you would think that having such a big advantage, a 4-second lead, there is changes going on. 2, 3, and 4. Beerline and Schultz come together. Beerline moves up to position number 3, may make that 4. Garcia back to 5. Curtin A to position 2, so positions 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they have all changed up massively with 4 to run.
Right now, Beerland's looking at the 3rd position from Benjamin Burke, trying to get on the podium for the first time tonight here. He's giving him a battle for his money. Burke running on the 47 car on that low side, hoping to find some traction there, as Beerland's hoping to keep that outside railed around the edge and not hit that wall as it coming in on 2 or 3 to go here the next time by.
Yeah, it'll be 2 to run as your race leader down into turn number 1 and 2. You're watching the battle on for positions 3 and 4. Beerline and Burke. Beerline on the top side of the racetrack. Burke right through the middle. Let's take a look at your race leader who has got a 5-second advantage, 5.7 seconds. The white flag is out. 1 to run here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. They'll race it to the start-finish line into turn number 3 and 4. The hashtag strong as a Mac. Big Block Modified main event goes to the 22 there of Austin Drucke. Second at the line, we believe, is going to be a bit of daylight, and we'll have to wait for the timing and scoring results to come through on that one because there may just be, well, maybe a trip, multiple trips to victory lane for Austin Drucke before second place comes across the line, but that's going to be Kurt Ney in second, Benjamin Burke in third, Todd Hutton in fourth, Joe Garcia unofficially going to round out your top 5, and there is your race winner of Austin Drucke. We'll take a look here in just a few short seconds at your finishing results, and here they are. Drucke gets the win. Kurt Ney, Benjamin Burke, Todd Hutton, and Joe Garcia round out your top 5.
On down 6 through 10, we got Aiden Beerlin, Justin Sick, Jeremy Prey, Mason Miller, and Grant Vickery rounding up 10th.
11th is going to go to Tyler Schultz, Josh Van Manen in 12th, Jason Bells 13th, Eddie Neal 14th, and Ryan Frugier going to round out your top 15.
And finish up the field, we got Brendan Howell in 16th, Michael Strong in 17th, Adam Flieger in 18th, James Grayson 19th, Thomas Brandon round up 20th, and 21st and 22nd will go to Tyler Close and Jonathan Paquette, respectively.
All right, there we go, 22 cars. In fact, I believe it was just 21 cars who took to the racetrack. As well, we're going to go straight down to victory lane. And Brandon, I'll give you an opportunity. Do you want first and third, or do you want second?
You know what? I'll take first and third.
All right. Well, tell you what, I'll let you go down to victory lane and chat to our winner here, Austin Drucke.
Austin, welcome to the broadcast booth here. Congratulations on your victory there. I know you started off a few back, and then once you got the lead, you just kind of held on to that, man. Why don't you tell us about the night, how the car was, and how everything was looking?
Oh yeah, no, it was great. You know, ABR setups got me rolling pretty good, but I guess I just want to start off with, we all know why we're here, and it wasn't about the victory. It was about Miss Mac, strong as Mac. That's kind of the slogan of the whole team here in the Firm Motorsports, and we really got behind that, and that's what we really want to put our focus on. But sounds like she's doing good, so sounds like we raised a lot of money today. We can help donate to that cause and help her get back on her feet, and it was fun to get the victory along the way.
Absolutely, and I know you mentioned a couple of the sponsors there. If you want to throw out a shout out to some more of your sponsors there, and then we'll definitely congratulate you again, and then we'll send you on your way, sir.
ABR Setup Shop, first and foremost, and then Apex Auto Glass and Tinting, Butt Kicker, FLD Designs, Justin Sick, iRacing Photos, 21 Designs, Madison's Transport, and mostly just Firm Motorsports for putting on such a great event and giving me a fast car.
Well, absolutely. Once again, congratulations. It's for a great cause, and we're hoping everybody gets out to either watch, donate, or whatever you want to do. Come join us here on the racing if you can, and we'll take it over to Brett for the second place finisher.
All right, let's chat to Kurt Ney, who comes home in second spot. Kurt, congratulations on a second place finish here tonight. But boy, man, you really had your work cut out for you here tonight.
Yeah, sorry, this is the first time I ever do one of these, but yeah, tough race. You know, top really went away there at the end. I had my car sold out for it. You know, track seemed most of the time all night it was one lane up top.
Speaking of the track being, you know, sort of one lane dominant on the top side, how do you try and set yourself up for 50 laps, Kurt? Because just tell the folks at home, you know, the differences between turns 1 and 2 compared to 3 and 4. You know, you can hold it a lot more wide open in 3 and 4 than what you can 1 and 2.
Yeah, so 1 and 2, it just kind of blows away a lot faster. I don't really know how to explain it, but 4 always, just because of that entrance, always seems to have a nice little bit of cushion built up off of it, so you can get that drive off down the straightaway.
Well, coming into the feature event tonight, obviously you picked up a heat race win. You started on the outside of the front row. Did you have a game plan? Did you have a specific spot that you wanted to be in? Whether it was a win or whether it was a top 5 that you were going to be happy with it by the end of the feature event.
Really, I was just wanting to put it on the podium. came up through the Narc Ignition League in the SSR Discord and the sprint cars, and then these released, and these are really my wheelhouse, and I did pretty well in those, but was impatient a lot and wrecked out of quite a few races. So I knew I could podium with some of these big guys, and I just wanted to prove that to myself, really.
All right, well, you've done that. Congratulations on second place here tonight, Kurt, in the Big Block Modifieds. But before we let you go, of course, sponsors on this race car, people behind the scenes, who gets this done for you, buddy?
Really, it's all the guys over at SSR. Joined iRacing and found that community. If it wasn't for those guys, I probably would have left by now. Just want to call out Bryce, Jordan, Jeremy, and Kale and Bruce. Spent a lot of time over there with those guys, learning a lot. So thanks, guys.
All right, there we go, Kurt and A. And, turns out some of the pit lizards have gone and taken away Benjamin Burke, so we're not going to get a chance to chat to him. But, Brandon, we're 2 races deep, two races left to come, 410 winged sprint cars at Eldora, followed by some, I can't believe I'm going to say this, cup cars at Kansas.
I think everything's going to turn out to be a good shootout. I know that Josh was hoping to get some more guys for the Cup race there, so if folks want to come out, just definitely come on out and get with Sparky, Josh Van Men in there, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 races. The first 2 have been pretty good. I mean, this one was a little bit of cautions, but it's Lima Land. I mean, it happens on some of those days, and today was one of those days. But it's been a good show so far with the 2 races down and 2 to go for the rest of the night.
All right, so halfway through the hashtag Strong as a Mac charity event, race 2 is complete. The big blocks are done. 410s are up next. And again, if you can donate, or if you haven't done so already, please check out the pinned comment on the Facebook and the YouTube feeds as well. There is a GoFundMe link. You can spare 5, 10, 50, whatever you can. Feel free to donate to a worthy cause. And that'll wrap us up for race number 2. Big thank you to, of course, the Firm Motorsports and, of course, the entire team, and plus all the wonderful sponsors as well that help putting on this wonderful event and giving out all these prizes. We certainly couldn't do it without those guys. But until next time, on behalf of the team here at UltimateDirtTV, the management behind the scenes, on behalf of BJ doing 3/4 of his job here tonight, down in the production truck, Brandon Morgan and myself, Brett Wheeler, it's not good night. We'll see you shortly for the 410s at Eldora.